The region of space we call the observable universe spans a staggering 93 billion light-years. Through the mirrors of our most advanced telescopes, we've mapped out an expanse of black holes, nebulas, and entire galaxies. But after decades of scanning that deep black, astrophysicists have reached a humbling realization. Everything we can see is likely a tiny fraction of physical reality. Through the complex mathematics of multiverse theory, scientists now suggest our expanding universe is simply one of countless other geometric bubbles, all existing beyond the reach of our instruments. Exactly 1,400 years before modern mathematics reached this conclusion, the Quran detailed a cosmos constructed in layers, specifically referencing 7 heavens and 7 earths. For centuries, humanity lacked the technological capacity to look past our own atmosphere. These verses were largely read as mystical theology, describing a spiritual realm rather than physical space. But as we develop the math to understand quantum mechanics and the optics to peer into deep space, the evidence suggests these ancient texts were describing the literal, physical architecture of reality. According to verses in the Quran like Surah al-Mulk, all the stars, planets, and galaxies we can currently observe are entirely contained within only the first or nearest heaven. To understand the scale of what lies beyond that, a well-known hadith offers a specific analogy. It states that the entire first heaven, compared to the second, is like a tiny ring thrown onto a vast desert. That exponential scaling applies all the way up. The second heaven is a ring compared to the third to the fourth, multiplying the volume of space into an architecture so immense it defies human comprehension. This reduces our observable universe, with its trillions of stars, to a single grain of sand on an infinite cosmic beach. This ancient description of stacked, infinitely expanding layers mirrors the physical frameworks theoretical physicists use today to model the multiverse. The texts don't stop at the macro level. Surah at-Talaq explicitly shifts the focus downward, stating that God created the 7 heavens, quote, and of the earth, the like of them. A prominent 7th century companion of the Prophet Muhammad, Ibn Abbas, provided an interpretation of this verse that feels pulled straight from modern science fiction. He stated that in each of these 7 earths, there is a parallel equivalent of us, an Adam, a Noah, and a Jesus. The idea of mirror worlds containing parallel versions of human life corresponds to the mathematical predictions of modern string theory, which allows for multiple overlapping dimensions. We are already finding the physical real estate for these worlds. By pointing our newest telescopes into the dark, astronomers have empirically confirmed the existence of over 6,100 exoplanets. This chart plots that cluster of alien worlds, specifically isolating the planets sitting in the Goldilocks zone, the precise orbital distance where liquid water can exist. The hunt for habitable worlds governed by physics similar to our own has moved from the pages of scripture into the crosshairs of modern space exploration. If we zoom back from distant exoplanets and focus on the ground beneath our feet, we find a second, entirely different scholarly interpretation. Many Islamic scholars have historically argued that the 7 Earths referred to the deep internal divisions of our own planet. This relies on an authentic hadith which warns that anyone who unjustly steals land will have 7 layers of earth placed around their neck as a collar on the Day of Judgment. This diagram shows the cross-section of Earth as mapped by modern geophysics. Using seismic wave data, scientists have confirmed our planet is divided into exactly 7 major geological structures: the crust, lithosphere, asthenosphere, upper and lower mantle, and the outer and inner core. If the scripture is describing these internal divisions, the 7th century warning follows the same 7-layered structure defined by modern geology. We can map out this spatial architecture from the outer boundaries of the multiverse down to the molten core of our own planet. But physics dictates that all of it has an expiration date. Astrophysics models suggest the universe's current expansion will eventually run out of momentum. In a scenario known as the Big Crunch, everything will halt and violently reverse into a high-speed contraction. This projected collapse parallels the Quranic description of the final hour, which uses the metaphor of folding the heavens like a scroll of written papers. From the vastness of the multiverse, the layers of our own planet, or the eventual end of time, these 1,400-year-old descriptions align with the models of modern physics, suggesting that our newest discoveries may have been hidden in plain sight for centuries.